Sure. Go.
Kaya pag English na. Hello, mic test! Hey, Ofek!
Mic check.
Yeah, YouTube. Who's watching on YouTube? Hello, YouTube. Hello, Facebook.
Hello, YouTube.
Yeah, can you please check the stream? Anyone? Yeah, if the stream is okay, please send a message. Wala may nagatubag. Yeah, let's start. Are you ready?
Yeah. Good evening.
Wait. We're not. They can hear us, but they can't see us yet. Please wait. Where is it?
Yeah.
What's that? Sorry. What? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So let's start. There we go. Good morning. Is it morning already? Our music is not so fast. Do you want a fast music or slow music?
Yeah, I'm good with anything.
Yeah, you can't hear the music, right? Anyway, we're not going to listen to the music, so let's just start with our live interview today. So, Richard, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Just got out of work.
Yeah, by the way, how's your day today? I mean, we just set this up like yesterday or the other day, and how did you prepare for this stream for tonight?
Well, this is impromptu, so I'm quite excited. It's my first time streaming back.
And by the way, have you been streaming before?
I used to do my videos. Whenever I do events, I do live stream. But I don't usually do the
Mm-hmm.
one-on-one talks just like this one on Discord.
But actually, what inspired me to do this is your interview way back during our first competition here in Mindanao. Do you remember that? You had a
Um,
radio station interview.
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
That was, I forgot the name of the station. Oh my God, it's Killer B. Yeah, it's Killer B.
Are you sure?
And yeah, um, I think so because Jasper. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's the Breakfast Club, something.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that? It was Jasper who referred me to go to that station to promote because he used to listen to that
Mm-hmm.
station.
Yeah, actually, I heard it only the last part of the interview because we didn't have radio that time, so I was just able to connect to the FM station on my phone, and I just heard a few parts of it, and yeah, that's what inspired me to do this interview with you. And yeah, after how many years, we're going to promote another competition here in Davao. No, in Tagum. Last time was in Davao, but this time in Tagum. Yeah. Anyway, I still don't know if they can hear us or not. Anyone who's watching right now from Facebook or YouTube, can you please tell us if you can hear us clearly or not? Yeah, thank you so
I
much.
think we can hear you. I tried watching on YouTube and it's playing.
Okay, so that's really good. So Richard, tell us about yourself. We know, I think everyone in Davao Cubers and Tagum Cubers already know you, but we have friends outside Mindanao who probably don't know you yet. So please tell us about you.
Well, yeah, my name is Richard. Was the former chief admin officer of Philippine Cubers Association, and then um, but yeah, I started my college. I started my event organizing skills way back in college at UP Diliman.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the days, so I was working with my broads. Organize the UP fair every February.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Aside from, of course, doing drinks in the campus or selling drinks.
Drinks. Mhm.
Yeah,
Is that
selling
allowed?
drinks. Um, no, it was underground. It's a booth. So
Uh-huh.
every February, in UP Diliman, all of the clubs, fraternities are given the opportunity to bid for a booth,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's how I started. My event organizing skills. So aside from the fraternity balls that we
Mm-hmm.
organized back then, the nights, you know,
Mm-hmm.
night outs with college friends. So that's what fueled me
Mm-hmm.
to organize events. And then when I went back after I got separated with my ex-wife, I went back here in Davao.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Jasper met me. He asked for some help, to help you guys organize the event back then, which was you've been preparing for 7 years. And then,
Yeah, actually, I think the
only
first competition was in 2015, and
yeah,
if I
yeah,
remember correctly, Davao Cubers was established around 2008 or earlier,
yeah.
a year earlier.
2007, 2008.
Yeah.
In history books that we have. So when he talked to me about
Mm-hmm.
organizing cubing events, I was like, first thing I asked him is,
Mm-hmm.
"Do you guys have funding?" So that's the first question, and then he said no. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, what we did is we tapped as many folks as we could tap, and then of course we asked for some assistance with DepEd, the Department of Education,
Mm-hmm.
here in Mindanao, and then yeah, I tapped some of my brads, and some other folks that we knew
Mm-hmm.
here, for sponsorships, and luckily, the event was a success back then. I remember. Let me see. For let me check.
Mm-hmm.
For Clash of Cubers, which was our first event here in Davao.
First
We
competition ever in
Yeah,
Mindanao,
first
yes.
competition,
Mm-hmm.
sanctioned, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So for the first sanctioned competition, we have 122
Mm-hmm.
competitors back then.
Yeah.
The largest competition that we've ever organized, you
Mm-hmm.
and me and the rest of the team,
Mm-hmm.
was 206. That was Rise of Cubers in Tagum in 2016.
Oh, I didn't know it was
And
in
then
Tagum. I thought it was a Davao competition that held that record.
Mindanao Championships 2016 at
Mm-hmm.
Philcres Centrale was only recorded at 205. So
Mm-hmm.
one participant away to break the record. City.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah,
generally
but was
speaking, what drives you into organizing these events, especially cubing events? I know organizing other events, they are more fun, more interesting, lots of people interested in joining, watching. But why cubing? Why are you interested in cubing?
I think I'm addicted to seeing,
Uh huh.
different emotions.
Yeah.
I think that's what triggered me most, not just in cubing, but in organizing events. Because you see, when you organize events, you see a lot of people, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of eager faces, a lot of excited,
Uh huh.
kids who wanted to compete. I think I, I I want to see those emotions, and then the emotions of success, and then
Yeah.
frustration, like especially when they get a DNF or or
Yeah, that's true.
probably
Mm-hmm.
miss a time.
Uh
It's
huh.
kind of fun, but at the same time, it's motivating. That's basically what motivates me to
Mm-hmm.
organize these events.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, since you've been organizing so many events for the past like 7, 8 years, how did cubing affect your life?
Well, I'm really an outgoing person ever since
Mm-hmm.
we were kids. You and I, and my and Jasper. um, I know it's just a circle of friends. We share common
Mm-hmm.
friends, right? Because you're my younger brother's classmate, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So um, back then, when I was in elementary and high school, I was already very outgoing. I organized parties for the school. I organized our Christmas party. If we have school activities like Linggo ng Wika, we also organize that and help my teacher because I'm an honor student.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, um, so these things actually motivated me to do organizing. Did I
Mm-hmm.
answer the question correctly?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anyway,
so.
mm-hmm.
In terms of influence on my current, well, probably it's
I mean, not
more
only
the
cubing, but
circle.
also the organizing part. So I think it
Yeah,
has a lot of effect on you. You met a lot of people. You.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I technically I've organized 16, 18 events.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
18 speed cubing events that sanctioned. Two of
Mm-hmm.
them were not. I wasn't named there. I wasn't included, but I actually
Mm-hmm.
helped with the funding
Mm-hmm.
and the organizing part. So that's 18 events, including this coming one. So that would be 19.
Mm-hmm.
Plus remember the event that we organized in Panabo, the the first event in Panabo that was never sanctioned.
I think
The
I
Panabo,
was not there. I think I didn't join that event.
yeah, yeah, but that was a
Uh huh.
The first Panabo City Open. It was their fiesta, and
Mhm.
then the kids are really asking if we could organize there.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, we weren't able to have it sanctioned, but yeah, it was
Oh,
also
it's okay.
successful.
They enjoyed it. They were able to know their times, how fast they are compared to the other keepers. Yeah. By the way,
Yeah.
before we continue, I really feel uncomfortable. I don't know if they can hear us or not. No one is chatting. Probably, I'm sure that we are streaming right now, but I'm
Mhm.
still not sure whether they can hear both of us or not. Can you please check? Can you
Yeah,
watch the video?
sure.
Because if I'm going to watch it, they will hear some echoes, like double sounds.
Yeah.
So,
Hold on.
yeah.
I actually closed it earlier because
Yeah,
of
I know, I know, I know.
echo. Yep.
I know that the
Gmail.
stream is working, but I don't know if they can hear us. It's going to be so bad if no one can hear you or both of us.
Yeah, it's working.
So you can hear your voice,
Yeah,
my
I
voice
can
too.
hear you. Yep,
Okay,
yep,
okay. So I think everything
yep,
is okay.
yep, yep.
So let's continue. Yeah. So tell us about your first competition. I know you already talked about this earlier, but first experience, like first struggle, first time doing everything. How is it based on your
Yep.
memory?
So, um, yeah, my first cubing event and
Mm-hmm.
competition was, let me see. Hold
Clash
on.
of
I'm just
Cubers.
gonna yeah, yeah, I'm just gonna check my records just to make sure. Yeah, I believe it's close.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I think you're freezing. Mhm. I think you should stop checking other things. You're freezing right now, Richard. Mhm. Okay, we're having a little technical problem with Richard. Hmm. Richard. Mhm. Okay, we'll be back to Richard. Oh, okay. Are you okay now?
Okay, can you hear me? Sorry.
Yeah. So I
Yeah,
think
I'm
you
good.
should stop checking other stuff. Let's just focus on Skype right now. So it's
Yeah,
working. The stream is working, right?
yeah. All right.
So back to the question.
Okay.
Your first
All right.
competition,
So
I believe it's Clash of Cubers. Yeah.
yeah, my first competition is Clash of.
Mhm. You're choppy again. Who was COC? John Ald is here. John Ald, welcome to the stream. And Richard, I can't hear you. You have a little problem here. Let's switch to this one
Ah,
for now. Okay, you're back. By the way, we couldn't hear you earlier.
yeah. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, now
I
okay.
think it's okay.
So let's switch back to our scene. Here we
I'll
go.
just
Yeah,
yeah, I'll just close the browsers just to make sure.
yeah. Don't watch the stream. Anyway, you're on the stream. You can watch it later.
Yeah, I already paused it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, shout out to
Wait.
John Ald. He's here and he's reminding us that it was COC. Yeah.
Yeah, Clash of Cubers, right?
So
Thanks, Jonal.
So
Oh
back to
man.
the question: how was the experience organizing like everything first during that time? Tell us about it.
Yeah. So Clash of Cubers was my Clash of Cubers was my first event and my first competition in WCA. So it was also the first time or first event that I used algorithms in solving a Rubik's cube. Because back then, to be honest, I only know the finding fish method, when solving the
Uh
Rubik's
huh.
cube, and then
The
because of
fish in the
that
tank.
competition, yeah, my current partner Jerlyn actually taught me, some of the algorithms, including solving other puzzles like the Megamix, the Pyramix, which is now my favorite,
Mhm.
two by twos. She basically taught me everything in cubing, and when I first sat down on that chair, it was really scary. Uh, I see a lot of kids who are very very fast, and I know for a fact that
Uh
I'm
huh.
just doing it because my kid was there, Sando,
Yeah, yeah.
Richard Jr. was there watching, and I don't want him to see, oh, my dad doesn't know how to solve and the rest of the kids know. So
Mhm.
I did try. Even during the interview
Mhm.
at Breakfast Club, was my first time doing solving a
Did they
Rubik's cube
ask you
at
to
the
solve?
interview. Yes, they did, and how sweaty my palms were while solving, and then the DJ was telling me that, oh, my cousin, my nephew can do it in less than a minute, and it was like, oh my god.
Yeah, you should have brought another keyboard with you that time. Yeah.
But it was also impromptu because Jasper just dropped me there, to conduct the interview. I was like the
Uh-huh.
boiling. I was like the pan in a boiling. Anyways,
Yeah, anyway,
so
no one heard about it or no one watched it. I heard a part of it. Yeah, but that's okay. Yeah. Anyway, you mentioned earlier that you have organized like 18 official competitions, right?
yes,
So
yes,
out of
18.
those 18 competitions, which one is your favorite? Of course, there should be one that you like the best, right?
Well, for every competition, we actually cherish and carry different memories. I think for me, the most
Mm-hmm.
memorable competition was when we had five, and
Mm-hmm.
that was Rise of Cubers in Tagum City.
Uh-huh.
I think that was the most number of,
Mm-hmm.
was that it,
Competitors?
or
Mm-hmm.
oh, no, no, I think it was Mindanao Championships, if I'm not mistaken,
Which one?
where we have
The
the
best or the
2016,
most competitors? Mhm.
no, the 20, which I forgot, the 2016 Mindanao Championships in
Mhm.
Felcris, where we have had
Uh-huh.
five or three NRs in one event.
Uh-huh.
I think that
Uh-huh.
was, as long, I think the most memorable for me is the event that had the
The most
most number of
NRs.
NRs. Yes, because
Uh-huh.
that's one of the things that kids look up to, right?
Mhm.
If you get an NR, well, it's the first time that everyone in the every cuber in the Philippines looked up to Davao City, that
Mhm.
after hearing, oh, we never thought that they could have NR holders there, right?
Yeah.
So that was
Mhm.
that was the very first time where
Mhm.
we were able to join everyone else in the country up in the pedestals.
Anyway, was that the competition where some cubers from outside Mindanao visited Mindanao? Was that the one?
Trying to remember everything. So the first NR that we ever had here in Mindanao was
uh,
Marlente Baloro's
uh-huh.
blindfolded soul
Uh-huh.
in Rise of Cubers, right? So
Yeah.
that was the
Mhm.
only NR in that competition.
Mhm.
And then after that, so that was 2016. After that is Mindanao Championships 2016,
Mhm.
which was held in Felcris.
Mhm.
And during that time, it was
Mhm.
sorry, it was it Clyde Tutor who had an NR. I really need to check.
Yeah,
Uh,
but no, you
I
shouldn't
need to
check
check if
because
I was.
you will get disconnected if you check that. I think we're going to do that again in another episode if ever,
Yep,
if ever
yep.
we'll
I
find
need
some
to
time.
take down, take note of everything.
Yeah. Hey, let's move on. So, what part of organizing a competition is the most difficult for you?
The most challenging part in organizing a competition is working with stakeholders.
Mhm.
And this is not just in speed cubing competitions, but working
Mhm.
with stakeholders. When you say stakeholders, these are people that you need to work with to make an event a success,
Mhm.
successful.
Mhm.
So for speed cubing, we need to work with number one WCA, right? So we need to
Mhm.
arrange a WCA delegate to work with us, right? And right now in Mindanao, we have, although we have delegates, but they have their own careers right now, and
Mhm.
hopefully we could get another delegate as well,
Mhm.
right, to help us out. Second is, of course, working with the schedules of the delegates, right, and the venue, um, sponsorships.
Mhm.
As long as you present them your media kit,
Mhm.
as long as we present our media kit, our past events,
Mhm.
they would stick onto that and rely on that. But again, the schedule setting, because I remember this event, the Tagum Speedcubing Masters, was supposed to be organized in November last year.
Mhm.
Apparently at that time my mom was hospitalized.
Mhm.
She died, and
Unfortunately,
then
yeah. Mhm.
yeah, so she passed away. So uh, and then plus I don't want to intervene because DepEd is one of our stakeholders. You see, I don't want to
Mhm.
compete with DepEd in terms of event organizing.
Mhm.
I respect a lot of folks from DepEd, and they actually was DepEd was actually one of the reasons why our past events were very successful.
Mhm.
Because if we work with DepEd, DepEd will send the flyers, the notification to all the schools, right?
Mhm.
And then the participants just come flocking. So it's just
Mhm.
like a walk in the park, getting participants.
Mhm.
So um, when this new event was organized or was planned or was in the process of being planned back in September, that's one of the things that we considered. So DepEd mentioned that they will be having the event in December, the regular DepEd Rubik's competitions
Mhm.
every December, and we're actually one of the facilitators that help them out. But during that time, again,
I think you're the only facilitator that always helps them.
no,
Mhm.
we actually have a lot of facilitators from
Mhm.
our team.
Uh-huh.
Clyde helps out,
I
and
mean
the rest of
you, I
the
mean the group. I'm talking about the team, not you yourself alone. I mean your
yeah
team
the
is
group.
their
Yeah,
only facilitator. Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
our group. That includes you, but you prefer to sit on the side.
I just prefer
Yes,
watching actually. Mhm.
yeah,
Mhm.
the Davao Cubers group actually help out, the Davao region, Davao
Mhm.
City, Davao del Sur. We even reached out to Jensen to help them facilitate,
Mhm.
cubing competitions organized by DepEd.
Mhm.
Although it's not as polished as
Mhm.
WCA, but when you talk about the number of participants there, you would really be amazed seeing. I think you've been to one of your kids' competitions, right?
Mhm.
When you see the kids compared to the one that we have, with the WCA, I
Mhm.
wish how I really wish that we have those kind of numbers,
Mhm.
join our competitions. But again, thinking about the available equipments that we have, I
Mhm.
don't think we would be able to manage that in in a day or two.
Yeah. And aside from the
Yeah. So
number of competitors and the amount of, I mean, the equipment that we have, how do you want the cubing scene in Mindanao to improve? Do you think we're okay, or do you think that there's still something that needs a lot of improvement?
there's actually a lot of things that needs improvement.
Mhm.
So right now, one of the things that I was hoping is that we could tie up with NYC,
Mhm.
uh, the National Youth Council. The reason behind that is I understand that some of us are dads, right? And then
Mhm.
most of the participants are kids, right?
Uh huh.
But then by looking at NYC is actually tied up with every youth in the country,
Mhm.
every youth groups in the country.
Mhm.
Um, with speed cubing, I've learned and met a lot of kids that were uh, initially, the I just prefer to sit on the other side of the room, or I just
Uh-huh.
want to be alone, right? But
Uh-huh.
when they're able to ask algorithms with other kids, when they're
Mhm.
able to socialize,
Yeah.
they were able to come out of the, out of the closet, out of
Mhm.
the,
Not
out
the
of the,
closet. Out of
not the closet,
their comfort
out of
zone, I
their
guess.
comfort zones to,
Yeah.
to talk with other kids and
Mhm.
be able to socialize. Even an autism, we have an autism case.
Yeah, yeah.
That yeah, that kid
I think
was actually
Max is an example.
yeah, Max
Mhm.
is also an example, but we have our own version of
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Max
Mhm.
here. Let's just not name,
Mhm.
for the privacy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Mhm.
we were able to help them out, by letting them share and talk with other kids. They're able to really improve their social
Mhm.
skills.
Yeah. Anyway, you mentioned that you met a lot of kids, a lot of cubers. Some of them not so social. Some of them are really good at cubing. Anyway, the point of this question is, who is your favorite cuber? I mean, they don't have to be the fastest or the best, but who's the favorite cuber that you've met in one of your competitions?
Um, I want to be honest with this one. There was
Mm-hmm.
this one kid. His name is Jed Subong.
Mm-hmm. Special mention, Jed.
So shout out
uh-huh.
to Jed.
Uh-huh.
He's also part of my team, Team Elite.
Mm-hmm.
Although he's now working for his. I think he's an
Mm-hmm.
engineering student right now, or I'm not pretty sure.
Uh-huh.
But he's studying in UM.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This kid, back then, started his first cubing career, or speed cubing WSA competition,
Mm-hmm.
with Clash of Cubers. So
Mm-hmm.
his mom brought him there, and introduced him to me, and then he was very, very excited,
How
to the point.
young was he that time?
I think he was just 11 or
Uh-huh.
12, and then yeah, he came to the point that, because he really wanted to to play the
Uh-huh.
Rubik's Cube. He stayed in my place, here in Davao. Because he was always bugging his mom, to stay. And I'm not that, my house back then was not that
Mm-hmm.
good. I was just renting a small house, unit, there in Matina. But yeah, even though we lived in a small house, Jed was really very eager to play with the cube, and then he studied here in Davao City,
Mm-hmm.
and then met a lot of cubers wherever I go. Jed was there to join me.
Mm-hmm.
That kid was very close to us, including my girlfriend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, so Jed is from Tagum or from Davao?
No, he's from Pantukan. Mabini, sorry, Mabini.
Mabini. Yes. Oh, speaking of Mabini, Tagum, Davao, you've been to a lot of places here in Mindanao. You organize cubing competitions in these places. So, which place or which community in Mindanao? I know it's going to be difficult for you, but which cubing community in Mindanao is your favorite? Like Davao, Tagum, Panabo, and Jensan.
Well, salute. There's
Uh-huh.
nothing beats Tagum City.
Really?
Sorry to my Davao friends, but you
I,
know,
I actually I thought
the,
you're going to choose Davao because I think they are more organized there. I'm not so sure, but it's
um,
your experience,
I
so it's your answer. It's your opinion. Why Tagum?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
when Davao Cubers was founded, although there were a lot of Davao Cubers from Davao City, but there were Tagum Cubers that Cubers that came from Tagum, including you. You're from
Mm-hmm.
Tagum City. Jasper
Uh
was
huh.
initially from Tagum City, and then he
Uh
moved
huh.
to Panabo and then to Davao, right? Hanabi,
Mm-hmm.
shout out to my friends.
But we started
They
as Davao Cubers because we were in Davao
Yeah,
that time.
because it's a Davao region, right?
Uh
It's a
huh.
But then, throughout the years, although there were Cubers from Davao City, unlike the Cubers from Tagum City,
Mm-hmm.
the Davao Cubers, like the one from the Davao City, are have different other things that they're not just focused in cubing,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, they are great in doing arts. They're great in music, right? So
Mhm.
they're multi-skilled. But the ones from Tagum City,
Mhm.
back in 2016, imagine every qubit that we have before have
Mhm.
at least 90
Uh huh.
cubers, right? I still have that video in YouTube
Uh
where
huh. Uh huh.
the Freedom Park
But is
was
it
full of
90 or 19?
90.
Wow.
That's a regular cube meet.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
So I think that was during the Rise of Cubers event when
Mhm.
you know before the competition, kids really rally at the Freedom Park. No matter how hot it is in the
Mhm.
afternoon, they stayed at the Freedom Park. You know, including cubers from Kapalong, from
Mhm.
they go to flock around Tagum City just to join the cube meet.
Uh
That's
huh.
how big our cube meet was back. Unlike the one that we
Mhm.
have in Davao City, because Davao City is too big, right?
Yeah, it's
Um,
difficult to commute in Davao. I mean, if you have to
exact
commute, you have to spend around
how
40
many
minutes.
yeah,
Yeah.
how many bucks back then? So
Uh-huh.
if you go how many pesos, so if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have a cube meet in Victoria Plaza,
Mhm.
only folks from Agdao, from
Yeah.
from the
Mhm.
surrounding barangays would go there. But
Mhm.
in Tagum City, when we have cube meets, cubers from Carmen,
Mhm.
Panabo, Kapalong, Mabini join us. But even without these kids
Mhm.
joining, our numbers in Tagum City are
Mhm.
still, very huge compared to
Mhm.
other cubers. And that's what I am so proud of my hometown because I was
Uh-huh.
born and raised in Tagum City.
Yeah. Does it also mean that your favorite place to organize a competition is Tagum?
Uh, well,
Uh-huh.
actually, Davao City is actually one of the best areas to organize cubing
Mhm.
event as well. The difference between Davao City and Tagum City is maybe because I was a local in Tagum City, right?
Mhm.
I knew a lot of people, so it's very easy and for me to work with it. Like if I go to the mayor's office or if I go to
Mhm.
the sports office, if I go to DepEd,
But you can also do the
I
same
know
in
that.
Davao. I know you can.
No, I've been to, but
Uh-huh.
again, unlike the ones, I mean, since I'm not a local from Davao City, even
Mhm.
if I talk to Baste or I talk to Mayor Baste or Mayor Inday or even Mayor Digong back then,
Mhm.
um, it's really different. Even if we have courtesy talks with them,
Mhm.
it's really different compared to the ones in Tagum City. Once they see you solve the Rubik's cube right up
Mhm.
front, they would really be amazed and say, "Okay, it's not gonna be a problem. Let's go ahead. How much do you need?" That's the first word
Uh-huh.
that I would really love to hear from. How much do you need? How many kids do we
But
need to feed? Right?
actually, I remember one time. I think one of your worst experiences in organizing is when you received some
That
bond
was in
paper.
Davao City. Yeah, that was in
Yeah,
Davao
tell
City.
us about that. Mhm.
so so what we did, um, and this is usual in every competition. What we did is to cut down some of the expenses. That was our first event here in Davao. That was Clash
Uh-huh.
of Cubers.
Oh,
So
I don't remember it's that one. Yeah. Mhm.
yeah, it was the first event.
Mhm.
So we have to go solicit at Sangguniang, right? I'm not gonna name
Yeah,
the
yeah, you
council.
should not.
Gonna name the counselor because I still want to live long. Joke. I'm just kidding. So
Uh-huh.
um, when we asked for sponsorship, what they did is provided us a sheet of you know bond paper for printing.
Uh-huh. A sheet
Although
or a
yeah,
ream?
yeah,
Is it just a sheet
no,
or a ream?
it's
Mhm.
a sheet of it's a ream of bond paper. It's a
Uh-huh,
ream of
yeah.
bond paper.
Mhm.
So yeah, of course that helped us out with with the the scramble patterns and
Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
and the scorecards. But again, unlike in Tagum, when we go to a counselor's office, okay, they give you at least probably 500 or
Uh-huh,
400,
uh-huh.
and then some would give you
Mhm.
shirts, some would
Uh-huh.
give you food,
Uh-huh.
right? Um, some would give you a bus, that
Uh-huh.
you can tour the kids. So
Uh-huh.
they're very very supportive, and that's probably, I mean, because I'm a local
Uh-huh.
in
Yeah,
Tagum,
yeah.
that's why they're
Mhm.
very helpful. Yep.
Yeah, we're not saying that Davao is not helping us, but yeah, maybe they just prefer to help people who are living there in Davao. Mm-hmm.
Davao is very very organized in terms of politics. So
Mm-hmm.
when you want to solicit in the counselor's office,
Mm-hmm.
then the first thing that they would really ask you is from what barangay are you,
Oh,
and then they
yeah.
would refer
Mm-hmm.
you to the barangay. But the barangay doesn't have any budget, so they refer you to the sports office, and then the sports office has already allocated their budget. So
Uh-huh.
technically, you just
Yeah.
moving
Mm-hmm.
around in circles, right?
Yeah. Anyway, so Davao is one of the best places to organize, but are you planning to organize somewhere different? I mean, somewhere that you've never organized before here in Mindanao? Are there any plans?
Well, our first goal for this year, our main goal for this year is to really get us a delegate first.
Mm-hmm.
Organizing in many places or in different places is
Mm-hmm.
actually pretty easy.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Like where?
the
Mm-hmm. Let's say that we have the
um,
delegate now and you can organize anytime you're free. Like what or where are your target places?
first we'll start off with our locality first.
Mm-hmm.
So we already have one coming up for Tagum, and then we'll have one for Davao. We'll
Mm-hmm.
have one for Panabo, and then we'll have one for Digos.
Mm-hmm.
Santo Tomas has also been asking for a very long time, and I don't know if the cubers there are still active, the old
Mm-hmm.
ones especially. But if again, organizing an event in a locality, as long as there is a community,
Mm-hmm.
um, who's gonna help you with the legwork, then
Mm-hmm.
everything else would be easier. But again, it boils and starts down with, do we have a delegate, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as we have a delegate, then everything else won't be a
Actually, we
problem.
do. Let me just clarify that. We do have a delegate. Unfortunately, they are really busy right now, and we
Yeah,
understand
unavailable
that. Mhm.
delegate, I mean to say.
Yeah. Mhm. So we totally understand that they are busy with their lives because delegating is not the only thing that they have to do. Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah.
some
Mhm.
are students, teachers, right? So
Yeah.
again, we
Mhm.
can't.
So anyway, yeah, going back to my question, if ever we have a delegate already, yeah, are there any plans in 2023 to organize somewhere that you've never organized before? You mentioned Panabo so many times already and Santo Tomas. What about Mati, Agusan, Zamboanga, Basilan?
The one that's asking me, that keeps on
Mm-hmm.
asking me, is sorry, Butuan.
Mm-hmm.
We have a community in Butuan, so we have a Butuan cubers actually. Some of them are actually competing.
Until now?
So I think some are coming here, and
Ah,
then
okay.
Agusan is
Mm-hmm.
also asking if we could organize. But Butuan is in Agusan,
Uh-huh.
so technically there's already a community for Agusan and Butuan cubers who
Mm-hmm.
remember the event that we had in, I think, Mindanao Championships
Mm-hmm.
20, the one that we had at Cybergate.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
There
in
were a lot of
SM.
from
Yeah.
Agusan.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there were a lot of Agusan, Gaisano Grand City Gate.
Mm-hmm.
There were a lot of that's 2018 Mindanao Championships
Mm-hmm.
2018. So there were a lot of Agusan participants
Mm-hmm.
back then.
Yeah. So they did they travel to Davao as a group?
They did. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they did. So what we did to help them out is, first of all, we worked with their, I think it was their principal or
Mm-hmm.
one of the teachers there, and then I think there were four teachers who came with the kids,
Mm-hmm.
and then they went here to compete in Davao
Mm-hmm.
City, and then we worked with mayor's office to
Mm-hmm.
provide accommodation. So the teachers stayed, including me actually. We
Mm-hmm.
stayed at what's that school in Buangin? Forgot the name.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in a
but
public school, right? Mm-hmm.
yeah, we stayed at the public school, and then yeah, along with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just near the location. So
Yeah.
after breakfast, they just go to the mall and then
Mm-hmm.
compete.
Yeah. Anyway, no one asked about this. I just remembered it, and I think we should talk about this. I think everyone would like to hear about this thing. Why is the registration seem to be more expensive now compared to past competitions?
That's a very good question. Let's ask WCA.
Yeah, but you should also give your own answer. Yeah, we cannot ask
Yeah,
WCA right now. Mm-hmm.
yeah. I'm just kidding. Hi WCA.
Uh huh.
Thank you so much. But
Uh
yeah,
huh.
aside from the fact that there was already an increase in the rates, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not pretty sure about the exact amount, but this will be the first event that they have an increase,
Mm-hmm.
right? Second is our timers, the one that we were using for the past 7 years.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
In Davao, some of those the Gen 3s that we've had back then at the shop, I gave them to the kids who were competing,
Mm-hmm.
and then when I asked them back for the Gen 3s, because we no longer use the Gen 3s, but
Let me
again I
guess, they're
was
not
hoping
working anymore.
they're not working anymore because they forgot to take out the batteries. So
Uh-huh.
the batteries got leaked out. Luckily, I was able to save Gen 4s here.
Mm-hmm.
I have two that's
Mm-hmm.
working. The rest, I give them to my team, and they will also be bringing them. I think there's going to be a total of 8 timers from my team, including
Mm-hmm.
the ones that I have right now, and we'll have four brand new. So basically, the proceeds of this competition is going to be used to fund us timers for the
Mm-hmm.
next uh, coming competitions,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, I think let's invite them to our upcoming competition this March. Tagum Speedcubing Masters. So do the honor.
Yep. So to all the cubers out there in the Philippines, and hopefully this will reach Taiwan because we have
Uh-huh.
Taiwan friends
Uh-huh.
who came back in 2019 before the
Mm-hmm.
pandemic. So I'd like to invite you to again our first event, WCA event after the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
It's Tagum Speedcubing Masters. This event is going to be participated by so far five current and former record holders. So I'm just
Mm-hmm.
gonna name them and shout out
Yeah, I think you
to
should.
these
Mm-hmm.
cubers. Former Asian record holder Shan sponsored Shan Patrick Villanueva,
Mm-hmm.
which is currently part of the M team, is gonna
Mm-hmm.
be competing. Current Asian record holder for 3x3 um, average, right?
Mm-hmm.
Leo Borromeo.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Current national record holder Clyde Denser Tutor will be competing.
Mega
Avel
Mix.
Bathal, yeah, for
Mm-hmm.
Megamix. Current national record holder for Megamix in average and single.
Mm-hmm.
Avel Bathala, former Cube national record holder,
Mm-hmm.
will be competing.
Mm-hmm.
Lance Bastian Loy, former 3x3 one-handed, will be
Mm-hmm.
competing. That's
Mm-hmm.
already how many?
Five.
Five, right?
Five.
And
Mm-hmm.
the sixth national record holder who's gonna be competing is Philip Albert Bulao.
Uh-huh.
Um, he was a national record holder for 6x6, and 7x7 before,
Mm-hmm.
and unfortunately we don't have the six and the sevens. But guys, he's really very good in 3x3 as well. So
Mm-hmm.
expect to see him in the final round.
Oh, that's so nice. And what should we expect if ever we're going to join this competition? I think it's a 1 day competition, but it's a 2 day event, right? So,
Yeah,
what
the
are we
event
expecting to
is
see or experience?
Yeah, this is actually a totally different event. Of course, our ever supportive sponsor,
Mm-hmm.
Chi Mafange, will be sponsoring us for the prizes
Mm-hmm.
and some raffle items. Um, Aside from that, we've partnered with several vendors,
Mm-hmm.
or sorry, tenants in the mall,
Mm-hmm.
who's gonna be giving freebies during the event, like
Mm-hmm.
discounts and
Mm-hmm.
coupons. Um, Aside from that, of course, free lanyard for everyone. That's
Mm-hmm.
normal. Gonna be setting up a photo booth. There's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be a section for vloggers. So,
Mm-hmm.
if you wanted to occupy or get one spot, for
Mm-hmm.
your vlogging setup, we can give you. I think we're gonna be
Mm-hmm.
allocating three
Are
or four
non-cubers welcome?
non-cubers as long as they're gonna be filming the event.
Mm-hmm.
And gonna be posting it in social media because our aim for this event is not just again the delegate, the
Mm-hmm.
timers,
Uh,
but
yes. Mm-hmm.
we're also trying to increase our social media reach because cubers out there
Mm-hmm.
who is just waiting to compete, and hopefully by increasing our social media reach, we'll be able to grow back the
Mm-hmm.
community the way we were back, before the pandemic.
Yeah. So, how can they join if they want to join this competition?
All right. So okay. By the way, the event is gonna be at the Robinson's Place, Tagum. It's gonna be on March. The actual WCA competitions is gonna be on March 5th. On
That
March
is
4th,
Sunday, right? Yeah. Hello.
guys. On March 4th, you will.
Anyway,
Yeah,
can
it's an
we repeat that from the
it's an
top? Let's
unsanctioned
repeat
event
that from
on
the
March
top
4th.
because
Oh,
the
okay.
connection was not so good. So when is it going to happen,
Okay.
and how can they join this event?
Yep. So the event will be on March 4 and 5. A WSA competition will be on March 5th. March 4 will be tutorials, grand cube meet, non-sanctioned competitions will be held on March 4th. Meet and greet will be taking place as well. How to join? Of course, just visit www.worldcubeassociation.org, and then go to the competitions, and then search for Tagum Speedcubing Masters 2023,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then click on the register. If you're having a hard time registering on WCA, you can follow and visit my Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
Just search for Richert J Pinca.
Mm-hmm.
You can see instructions and posts there, or you might want to check out the Speedcubing Masters page,
Mm-hmm.
where there are instructions for the registration. Registration is 450.
Mm-hmm.
Am I allowed? Sorry.
Oh, sure, sure, sure.
400,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, 450 pesos only. If we convert that to dollar, that would be what, $5? If I'm not mistaken,
I'm not
roughly
so
five,
sure.
roughly
uh,
$5. So it's very very cheap.
no, it's not.
Um,
It's more than
in
5. Mm-hmm.
American dollars, more than five.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But so I'm hoping to see you guys there, and again, we're very excited to see back.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be like a reunion of cubers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I see a lot of old timers competing as well.
Yeah. Anyway, some non-cubers might watch this video in the future, and they might want to join Tagum cubers or Davao cubers. So, how can they join? I think the most
Yep.
common question is: do we have to pay anything? Do we need a certain speed and solving a Rubik's cube? So how can we join these clubs or these groups?
Yeah. By the way, in the event we also have our section for clubs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they can, you can go and visit the club booths, so
Mm-hmm.
that you can inquire. But for now, we don't have any fees yet. For
Mm-hmm.
Tagum Cubers, we until not until we have renewed our registration with a youth group,
Mm-hmm.
are we gonna implement the fee.
Mm-hmm.
Um, for Davao Cubers,
In
again, we're
short,
still
it's
working.
free to join, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for Tagum Cubers right now, it's free to join. But again, in the future, you might have a fee. Um, again, depending on what has been decided by the officers.
Mm-hmm.
For Davao, I am calling Davao Cubers because I see a lot of Davao Cubers joining the competition. I hope we will have our cube meet here. I know you guys are very busy at school, and I'm busy at work. But
Mm-hmm.
again, if there's a will, there's always a way, right? So
Mm-hmm.
see you soon.
Yeah. Anyway, lastly, why don't you invite them if you have any cube meets planned or your social media accounts, your everything. Just invite them to get in touch with you or with the groups that you currently have right now. Mm-hmm. For cubing.
Yeah, for Tagum, yeah, for Tagum Cubers and for nearby towns, you can actually join our cube meet in Tagum at the Tagum City Library, right?
Uh-huh.
Um, so tomorrow we will have a cube meet
At Robinson's tomorrow, right? Mm-hmm.
at Robinson's Place,
Mm-hmm.
second floor,
Uh-huh.
because we're trying to help out, of course, promote the mall, and of course
Mm-hmm.
bring traffic to the mall as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, for Davao City, I'll still negotiate with my former business partner if we
Mm-hmm.
could organize a cube meet at Cubers Cafe
Mm-hmm.
or J Dragon Suites, because that's where we were having cube meets before. Um, Please visit my social media page,
Mm-hmm.
Richard J Pinca, event organizer.
Mm-hmm.
You can also
That's on
visit my
Facebook,
YouTube.
right?
Yeah,
Richard
on
J.
Facebook,
Pinca, organizer on
event
Facebook. Mm-hmm.
organizer.
Yeah.
Event organizer.
Event organizer. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep, and then for my YouTube, just search for Richard's vlogs, and please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much, Richard. Yeah, we
That's
did it in
insane
less
skill.
than 1 hour. Yeah, I really tried my best because if I would not control the pace, I think you will just be talking a lot. Mhm. Yeah. So, how was it? Did you feel nervous?
um, it,
Uh huh.
I've just completed my last final interview at work,
Uh
and I
huh.
think
Yeah, most of the
my
time you're the
final
one
interview
doing the
was more
interviews, right?
scary. Yeah, exactly. So I think this one is just a walk in the park, and
Yeah.
of course,
Mhm.
knowing you, yeah, I think it's fine. It's fun.
Yeah. I think
Bringing
one
back the
question
old days memories.
everyone would want to ask is there going to be another one like this with Gio and Richard together in a live stream? Mhm.
Well, hopefully, yes, of course. I'm
Uh-huh.
open doors, right?
Mhm.
See, we just talked about this 2 days ago, and then
Yeah,
of course we're trying
this is so
right
solid.
now.
Maybe another
Um,
one before the actual competition this March. Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
or you might want to do it on the actual competition, right? We can do it on
I
the actual competition
I
mode,
don't know if
right?
I'm going to do it
Will be
there,
fun.
but we will try. We will try. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. I know you're busy. You have to go to work tomorrow, and yeah, you just finished working a few hours ago. You haven't had proper dinner yet, so thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for taking me on your channel. You have a good
Yeah.
one.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, and see you next time. Mhm.
Next time.